Dive into the gripping tale of Night of the Grizzly as it unravels the final moments of Tim Treadwell and Amie Huguenard's lives, the ensuing investigation, and the tragic events that led to their demise. This riveting account also endeavors to piece together the events of that stormy night in 2003 using fragments from a haunting 6-minute audio recording left behind. Welcome to the channel, subscribe and let's dive in. In a chilling discovery on October 6, 2003, the remains of Tim Treadwell, a self-proclaiming eco-writer and photographer, and his girlfriend Amie Huguenard, a physician's assistant, were found in Katmai National Park and Preserve on the Alaska Peninsula. The grim revelation came after air taxi pilot Willie Fulton alerted the authorities, reporting that a brown bear was perched atop what seemed to be human remains near the campsite in the Katmai Bay area. Timothy Treadwell's adventurous spirit led him to spend 13 years camping in various Alaskan parks, with Katmai National Park being a favorite destination. His fascination with the awe-inspiring brown bears, often referred to as grizzly bears, drove him to crawl and walk up close to these magnificent creatures, even attempting to touch both cubs and adults. Despite the park's 85-year history, no visitor had ever been killed by a grizzly bear. Treadwell's connection with the bears was so profound that he established his camp on near-established bear trails, including the elusive Grizzly Maze hidden within thick alder brush. A new park service rule prompted him to conceal his camp from authorities, leading to some conflict. However, firearms were prohibited within the park, and Treadwell had stopped carrying bear spray for protection in the last few summers before his death. In June 2003, Tim and his girlfriend Amie set up camp in Katmai. Amie briefly returned to California but came back to join Tim in the Grizzly Maze on Katmai Lake. Despite their excitement about spotting a favorite female brown bear, tensions arose as Amie expressed concerns about Tim's risky behavior. On October 5, 2003, Tim and Amie made a satellite phone call to Jewel Palovac, seemingly in high spirits. Tim also contained pilot Willie Fulton to arrange a pickup for the next day. However, tragedy struck sometime between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. on that fateful day when a brown bear attacked, claiming their lives. On October 6, 2003, tragedy struck in the remote wilderness of Katmai National Park, Alaska, when air taxi pilot Willie Fulton arrived to transport Timothy Treadwell and Amie Huguenard out of the area. As Willie approached the campsite, he sensed something was amiss and noticed a large brown bear nearby. Concerned for the safety of Tim and Amie, he flew over the camp multiple times, but the bear remained undeterred. Katmai Park Ranger Joel Ellis was alerted about the situation and, along with 2 other rangers, rushed to the scene in Park Service Cessna. Upon arrival, they spotted a large bear near the campsite and began shouting to alert any surviving victims and nearby bears of their presence. However, their search was interrupted when a large adult bear approached them aggressively. The Rangers and Willie responded by firing at the bear, finally bringing it down after a tense encounter. As the rescue team combed the campsite, they made a grim discovery. Timothy Treadwell's remains were found with its head connected to a small piece of his spine, while Amie Huguenard's arm and fingers were exposed from a bear's cache. The investigation found that the bear had dragged Tim off into the brush, indicating a horrific and prolonged attack. The most chilling evidence of the incident came from a videotape found in the camera bag at the campsite. The last 6 minutes of the footage captured the audio of the attack. Amie's surprised voice, followed by Tim's screams for help, revealed the harrowing moments when the bear attacked. Amie desperately urged Tim to fight back and tried to save him, but tragically both were unable to escape the bear's relentless assault. The investigation confirmed that the larger bear had consumed human remains and clothing in its stomach and digestive tract. As a result, the team conducted a necropsy and found 4 garbage bags filled with human remains inside the bear. The smaller bear had been eaten by other bears before the team could investigate further. The incident shocked the world and brought attention to the dangers of close interactions with wild animals, especially powerful predators like brown bears. It served as a tragic reminder that despite the allure of the wilderness, respect for nature's boundaries and safety precautions are essential for human-wildlife coexistence. The audio recording and the horrifying details of the attack left a lasting impact, shedding light on the risks that come with such close encounters with bears and the importance of preserving their natural behaviors and habitats. The untimely deaths of Timothy Treadwell and Amie Huguenard stand as a somber lesson about the delicate balance between humans and wildlife in the untamed wilderness. Thank you for watching and follow for more.